Tea isn't just great for the soul, it's great for seeds too. Sprinkle some seeds into chamomile tea to soften the outer layer and make them sprout faster. And when you're done drinking tea, don't throw away the bag. Poke a hole in it with some tweezers and drop some seeds inside. You can put the bag with seeds inside of a Ziploc bag to create a mini greenhouse you can leave by your windowsill. It'll make your seeds sprout much faster. If there's some tea in your cup, don't toss it out. Mix in some oats along with the contents of an entire tea packet and some really hot water. Let it sit for at least an hour. Strain out the contents and you've created a nitrogen-rich superfood for your plants. And if you're getting ready to plant a seed or transplant an existing plant, leave some tea bags in your soil. It'll increase the soil quality, improve drainage, and hold moisture. And if you want a lush, fragrant yard, just cut open a pack of chamomile tea. Each pack contains hundreds of chamomile seeds, and once they start to grow, your yard will smell amazing.
Do you think vinegar is just for use in the kitchen? It's not. So grab your jug of white vinegar and let me show you all the ways you can use it in the garden. The first is going to be for a DIY weed killer spray. And so you're going to want to combine white vinegar, a good squirt of dish liquid, and then you're going to add half a cup of Epsom salt. Next, you're going to want to spray it on those weeds and then come back overnight and you'll see that your weeds have died. And in my jar, I already have about a cup of water. And now I'm just going to add an equal amount of white vinegar. Place your garden tool inside. When I come back the next day, you'll see all that loose debris that's come off of my pruners. Next is all about your hummingbirds. And so if you brought your hummingbird feeder in last year and you washed it, there still might be some soapy residue in there, which we don't want the hummingbirds to ingest. So just take a little bit of white vinegar and then an equal amount of water, and then you can pour it out and do another rinse of water, and your hummingbird feeder should be good to go. If you're bringing in garden veggies or buying them from your local farmer's market, even if they haven't sprayed with pesticides, you still want to wash your fruit and vegetables. So add just a few tablespoons of vinegar to a bowl and cut it with water. Put your fruits or veggies inside and let them sit for a few minutes, swish them around, and then you can go ahead and drain them off in a colander. So here are 4 different ways to use vinegar in the garden, and I hope this was helpful for you.
Grab an eggshell, fill it with soil, and plant a seed. Place it on your windowsill, and now you've got a seedling that can be planted directly into your garden. Eggshells are full of nutrients too. Grab a sleeve for trading cards, fold your seed packages in half, and slide it inside. Put them in a duotang, and now you've got a super organized seed book. Grab a milk jug, draw the following lines, cut it out, and now you have a shovel that is perfect for scooping soil into pots. Press a mini muffin tin into the soil, and now you have evenly spaced markings for planting your seedlings. I hope these easy garden hacks inspire you.
For these projects, we're going to be using some leftover tea bags. Now you can take either used tea bags, new tea bags, or tea bags that you've dried and place them in your trash can to deodorize any trash can in your home. Now I'm going to take a dollar store salt shaker and I'm going to place some of the leftover tea leaves that I've dried into the salt shakers, and I can use this for a variety of projects. I take the salt shaker and I place it into the freezer or the refrigerator, and it helps deodorize the refrigerator. Now, after I've cut something like an onion, which might be kind of stinky, I'm going to wash my hands with soap, and then I'm going to take my leftover tea bag and I'm going to rub it over my hands. This is going to help deodorize my hands from anything that I've been cutting or chopping that is stinky. I'm going to go ahead and cut off some used tea bags that I've dried, and I'm going to place them in my sink. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add a little soap, and I'm going to use a scrub pad, and this will help clean my sink. What this does is it helps clean my sink with the antibacterial soap, and then the tea leaves are like a light abrasive, so it scrubs off any gook that is sitting in your sinks. It also helps polish your sink while you're at it too. The next thing that I'm going to do is turn on my garbage disposal. This is going to help deodorize my drain, my sink drain, and garbage disposal. For this project, I'm going to fill a measuring cup with 2 cups of hot water, and then I'm going to place my leftover tea bags into the measuring cup, and I'm going to let that steep for about 10 minutes. After the time is up and I've steeped it for 10 minutes, You can steep it for longer if you like. I'm going to take a spray bottle, remove the lid, place a funnel in top, and I'm going to put all of that tea mixture into the squirt bottle. I'm going to show you all the uses for this easy, simple spray. And what I've done is created an air freshener that smells like the tea for the room. I can also spray this mixture on my baseboards or at my door entryway to keep bugs out and pests away. In the summertime, this makes for a great bug spray. Simply spray it on. In the wintertime, I like to keep tea water on hand to use inside my closet because sometimes the sweaters we put on are full of static. So this is like a natural static guard. You can open your drawers and place tea bags into your drawers, whether they're new or dried, used ones. These can make your drawers smell wonderful. Throw your leftover tea bags into your bath. It will create a nice aroma and it's great for your skin. You can use this spray as a pillow and linen spray. If you have puffy eyes or sinus trouble, take some peppermint tea bags and place them on your eyes. Now I've taken that same tea and placed it in a squirt bottle, and after I'm done washing my hair and conditioning it, I pour a rinse on it that makes it smell amazing, and this tea water is amazing for your hair. Use the leftover tea on bald spots in your lawn, especially if you can use lavender tea or peppermint tea. This will keep other animals like rodents away while you're trying to grow your grass seed back. Place new or leftover tea bags into your shoes. It will help deodorize them. Now it's important to place them in dry because they also are a moisture absorber. Now I have a mini crock pot. You can use the dip size or a small one. Simply fill it up with water, and then you're going to place your leftover tea bags into the water. Place the center back in your mini crock pot, and you're going to plug it in anywhere in your home. This will make a nice simmer pot, and it's safe.
Do this and you'll save yourself a trip to the grocery store. After cutting up my green onion, celery, and lettuce, I placed the bottom ends into a container of clean water. I added 4 toothpicks to each of the celery and lettuce ends so they were suspended in water. I placed the food scrap containers in a warm area with lots of natural sunlight, and I replaced the water every 4 to 5 days. After about 4 weeks, I had a whole new batch of green onion, and before you know it, I'll have celery and lettuce too. The green onion was so flavorful, and it was delicious on top of our homemade double stuffed potatoes. I hope this inspired you to save money and grow your own veggies from food scraps.
Did you know you can get a jump start on your spring gardening by digging through your recycling bin? Grab yourself a milk jug or an apple cider jug, and just below the level of the handle, you are just going to cut a line around, but not completely around. You want to create almost a little bit of a hinge. Essentially, what we're going to be making here is a little greenhouse for winter sowing. You're then going to make a couple holes in the bottom for drainage just in case. Then you're going to want to take some good quality potting soil and fill them up almost to your cut line, but not quite. Seeds don't need to be too deep in order to grow. Once you've got that in, you can water it in a little bit if your potting soil happens to be a bit dry, and then sprinkle in whatever seeds you'd like to start. I'm using some spinach seeds here, and then you can either push them down and cover them up, or you can add a little bit more soil on top and water it in again. Then you're going to want to pivot the lid back over, kind of sealing it up as best you can, and then put them in a nice sunny spot. And the goal is that they're going to stay cold, and then once the weather warms up, the seeds will begin to germinate and you'll already have a jump start on your seedlings. Next, you can get your old pruners that maybe you've left out, put them in a solution of half white vinegar, half water, and let them soak overnight. You'll literally see the rust the next morning. Then pull your pruners out, use a nice bristled brush to get off any remaining rust spots, and then just grab yourself some kind of lubricant. I've got some WD-40 here, and you're going to want to apply that to any of the hinging parts of your pruners. But going ahead and getting your tools looking great in the winter gets you ready to jump right into gardening